What's going on, people? I'm working on some ship on here. Hello, Lori. What's up? 5285. Thanks for coming in. I'm just working on some shipping. I've been listing and now I'm working on trying to get a tube together for a golf club that I bought the other day and sold today. So I haven't picked up a lot of those, but I probably will be looking for more. Hey, Danny, what's going on, my friend? I guess you weren't happy about Alabama since you're an Auburn fan. Yeah, I listed 20 today so far. I try to do 20 a day. Yesterday I did 30, but I'm like, today I was like, yeah, let's get 20 in. So it's always good. What's going on in Ohio, Danny? I thought you'd be a Buckeye, but I guess because you're an Auburn fan, you probably didn't like the win last night. What's up, Amber? I'm doing some shipping. I got a golf club I got to get in this tube. So y'all better be listing. Although, Amber, my sales aren't as strong as they've been. I've got 4 today so far, so they better start dinging because I listed another 20 today. But we'll see. I mean, I'm over 100 in sales, but I guess it's more about the dollars than the number. But I'm so used to doing so many. Yeah, they pretty much dominated. I quit watching after the first quarter. I started watching Blacklist again. I've been binge watching Blacklist. I was like, I think I don't have a dog in this hunt. I'm gonna get in there and watch some regular stuff. I was wore out. So what's going on? And we got Texas in here. 5285s. Where are you located? I know Amber's in Wisconsin and Danny's in Ohio. So. And I'm in Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. I'm going to go live with Angie Resells tomorrow night at 7 on my channel. And I'm less than 200 hours away from 4,000, but I'm still a ways from 1,000 subscribers. So, and we'll be giving away Kevin's deal tomorrow night, the Inaman golf head cover, Commonwealth Flipper Picker. So I'm working on a tube here I bought a golf club the other day. Hey, what's up, Luis? And there's Far North Life. Hello. Saw you in eBay Addicts chat a while ago with a bunch of folks. And Colorado, Denver, Colorado. Well, I've been there one time when it was in the airport. I've never actually run around Colorado. I need to do that. I've been all over the country, but I've never been there as far as the state. Yeah, I keep hearing that, Amber. I keep hearing it, but it's been a slow process on the subscribers. But that's all right. The hours have come pretty good. Of course, I make a video every day. I guess I should, right? Although my views are up, I will say that, and I'm glad. I'm glad for that because it doesn't make it very fun when you don't have people watching your videos at all, even if they're watching for a couple of minutes just to see the JT part. But I bought a golf club the other day. It's a Callaway 3-wood for $5 at Goodwill. And I just sold it today for $68. So I will take it. I will take it. And a quick flip as well. So are y'all doing I know Amber is. Are y'all doing promoted listings and listing heavily and all that good stuff? Because it sure seems like since I started really doing this, that it has really taken off. I mean, the sales have jumped solidly. So you're at 400. Wow. Oh, wow, Luis. We need to get you some more subscribers for sure. No, Lori, it doesn't. I bubble wrap the ends of the golf club. Of course, this one came with a head cover. It doesn't match where is it? This one doesn't match the golf club. This actually says Edmund Electric, and it was a Kicking Bird Classic, and it's a 1, but this is a 3-wood Callaway X2 Hot, And I was in Goodwill the other day, and I saw this thing for $5. I comped it real quick, and it showed it was going for about $65 to $70. So I grabbed it, and I sold it for $68 plus shipping. No, you put them in the tube, and I wrap them, and then and they don't move around. Oh, what is it? This is actually would go with this. It is an Enaman. You're familiar with Kevin, Commonwealth, Flipper, and Picker, and the Home Hustler School Kids. It's an Enaman, but it's not just a plush like I have one of those up on my shelf. This goes to a golf club. It goes on the head of a golf club. So you'd be running down the golf course with an Enaman, and everybody knows what a fleet Enaman is. Golf head cover. And Kevin, Commonwealth Flipper, hello D, welcome to the show. He generously donated it to me to give away on my channel with the promise that I would give it away. Because if not, it would have been on my golf clubs, and I do play golf, although I have not played much at all since I moved here from Arizona. Arizona is just like golf heaven. But anyway, I don't play a whole lot, but I do have a very nice set of pings, and I try to play. I'm just checking this out for size with this golf head cover. I may have to take it off and do it a little differently, but I just want to see. Yeah, the golf head cover will get stuck in there, but it ain't going to be it ain't going to be on the golf club. So I'll bubble wrap this for protection, and I'll do both ends, even though the grip doesn't really need protecting. It's just more to keep it from moving around in the box. And you don't want them to get broke. You'll have to refund them. So yeah, I hope y'all sales are going well too, and you're doing some of the things. You know, again, everything we say doesn't work for everybody. You know, you just got to try things out, and I'm all about change. When you work for a company like UPS, like I did, you're always having to change. They change software platforms, sales platforms, everything. So you got to learn to adapt in life to everything that comes at you, as you probably know, especially those of you that are older and have lived through some of it. And you know, the key is to see what sticks, and something may stick for a while, and then it may not. You know, so you got to change. And when I was listening to somebody the other day, I was like, you know, I'm not really big on promoted listings. But since I started the 4% instead of the 1%, my sales have, as y'all, if you're watching my videos, they're taking off. I mean, even without my own personal, hey, Vintage Picker, welcome. Even without my my own PS4 selling last night, I still did $200 profit day, and my goal is to make $150 profit a day. So I'll take it. I will take it all day long. And it's just there's not a number. I mean, there's no reason behind the 150 profit. It's just a number I've set that kind of lets me gauge where I'm at and what I'm doing, and if I'm doing all right. As y'all know, sometimes you don't make it, and sometimes you do. And the key is to just keep plugging away. And because I'm not going to get Social Security this year, I'm not going to take it. I'm old enough to get it. I'm going to let it grow a little bit because I'm doing so good with eBay that I'm going to have to use some of that money as a supplement to my pension change that's coming up. So there you go. At least I'm lucky enough to have a pension, right? So, yeah. So, again, Angie and I will be doing a live tomorrow night, and we're basically going to do an eBay 101. I mean, a lot of people have done it and do it still. I'm sorry if I'm making a lot of noise. And we're just going to kind of help people that have never done eBay. And again, we're not a know-it-all to everything, but we've both been doing it for a little while. And if we can help somebody that's getting into the game or wants to get into the game, part-time, full-time, whatever, then we'll do that. And it's a way to help our channels as well. And, you know, Luis does a lot with Louie, Lone Star Picker, and it doesn't hurt to work with other folks and try to make things work. And we bring people on. She brought on Chuck Backroad Bitter last week, and we had a good time. And then she brought on East Kentucky Picker, and Mike's a really cool guy. And so if any of y'all want to come on, let us know, and we would be more than happy to put you in there. Some people don't want to be on YouTube, and some people do. And yes, you just got to jump in the water and swim, learn to swim. But that's about it. I'm just trying to get my shipping. I try to keep up with my shipping. I did list 20 today so far, and I'm just trying to keep up with my shipping as it comes. I like to pull it, take a little break. Something dings, I go find it, because when you have 3,600 items listed, it's kind of hard sometimes. You're like, okay, I know where that is. Where I sold some Smurfs this morning, and I was like, where did I put those? So not everything I have is skewed, and I'm working to do that. I'm working to get everything in my inventory skewed, except for the big stuff like a golf club. I'll know where that, or a bat or something. I know where those are, but the little stuff. It's the little stuff that you can't find, and that's the stuff that kills you, because it may be worth $6 or $7 and you can't find it, and you'll spend an hour looking for it, and anything profit-wise you would have had, if you think of your time as money, you just ate it. So those drive me nuts. They really do. So now the golf club is going in the box with the paper end protected. And guess what? This thing's going to cost more than I thought. This is the problem you run into. I'm going to have to put another tube with this, because a golf club, if this tube goes over 36 inches, the price goes through the roof. So I'm going to have to play with that later and see what I can do with it. I can't break the golf club down. So that's the bad thing about bats and other things. You want to keep them under 35 inches in a tube so you can keep your cost way down. But if you don't, and that one's a 43-inch golf club shaft, then Cap Guy might eat a little profit on that one. I might have not thought that one through. Hey, FUT Adventures, welcome to the show. And yeah. I mean, you got to have some kind of an inventory system, especially when you're listing like I do with 3,600 items in my store. Some of it's older, and that's how I know the 4% promoted listings is working, is because that stuff is starting to sell, and it hasn't had any traction at all for a while. Even though I tweak my store, I'm always running sales, I'm always sending offers. This is stuff that I'm seeing the eBay ad algorithm moving it back up to where I'm paying 4%. So my fees are going up a little bit. But hey, if I can spend 4 cents on the dollar to get that thing out of my store, and then you also got to learn, hey, do I really want to pick that again? Or do I want to, like video games. I've been listing a ton of video games, and I had about 600. So now I'm really rethinking what video games I'm going to be picking up, from what platforms. There's some that just aren't worth picking up, and I'm learning more and more about that as I go. Yeah, I would definitely suggest everything you list, you use that custom SKU when you're listing it, and then put it in that. John Cincinnati Picker's got a very simple one, and it works. At first, when I saw what he was doing, he was putting everything in C1 or D1, and I thought, man, I don't like him mixing. And there's video games in this one, there's video games in that, there's ball cap. But you know what? It actually is a very simple system, and it works very well, and it works for him. And I've tried different things, and I've noticed even Lonnie has changed. He's not just naming shelves, he's doing C1 and things like that as well. You got to simplify the system, but you also got to use your custom SKU in your phone or computer, however you list, and make sure that you know where that item is when you sell it. So it's so much fun to go find it immediately than to be looking for it forever and getting frustrated with it. Especially like yesterday when I had 16 things I had to pull and ship. I was like, oh man, I'm going to be shipping forever. And a lot of it's easy stuff to do, but you got to find it. And I do have a pretty good inventory system, but I have skipped some steps at some points, and now I'm paying for that. So definitely, if you don't listen to anything else I say, definitely inventory your stuff. and have some kind of a system where you know exactly where it is when you sell it, to prevent those headaches or having to refund money because you can't find it. And I've actually gotten a negative this year because of something that I printed the label thinking I knew exactly where it was, and then I couldn't find it. And I spent 2 days, probably 3 or 4 hours looking for it. And I finally had to tell the guy, and he left me a negative, even though I refunded him immediately. I was like, I even offered him another ball cap, and he was not happy. I was like, well, there you go. So you got to be careful. The video game platforms, the best ones to pick up, I'll tell you, are the Xbox Ones, the PS4s, the Wii's. Although you got to be careful with Wii's not working, and when you clean them with like a JFJ Pro, you got to be real careful with them because you can wipe the information off of them. But they're good selling and good ones. Some of the Xbox 360s are okay. And then the ones I would say, and PS3s are pretty good if they're valuable. They stay pretty good as far as quality of the disc. But I would say PS2s, Xbox originals, again, unless they're valuable when you comp them and they're in fairly good shape where you can clean them or they're going to work. Those are the ones I'd probably stay away from. PlayStation 1s are okay. Again, if they're valuable, but if not, or they're scratched up quite a bit, and some of them are black on the reverse instead of shiny, so you got to really be looking at them. Those are the ones I wouldn't pick up probably. And then all the cartridge games, Sega, Nintendo 64, GameCubes are good too. Again, you got to look at the scratches on them. And but I guess if I would say what not to pick up, I would be very careful on Xbox original and PS2s. The rest of them, especially Xbox Ones and PS4s, Wii's, those I'm going to be looking for and flipping. But some of the older stuff will sell too. And any cartridge game I'm gonna grab because you can use Q-tips and cleaning the contacts on them and get those working. Fortunately, over the last year, I have picked up almost every gaming system there is. I don't have a Dreamcast, and I don't think I have a PS2. But I have just about every other gaming system you can have. And I am not a gamer, although I have started playing just a little bit, I'm not good at it at all. My grandkids come over and they run through stuff so easily. I'm like, man, you guys are way ahead of me. But you got to have them to test them. And I don't test every game because I do clean them with a JFJ Pro, and that does help. But, I had probably 600 over here. You can see over here on this other side of me over here. Well, I'm pointing the wrong way. Over here. and I'm down to probably a couple hundred. Like I said, I've been listing 25, 30 a day, and I'm trying to going through them, and I'm not even paying attention to what's most valuable. I'm grabbing them, comping them, cleaning them, then listing them right there at the station, and then I'm putting them on, and some of them are selling as quickly as I list them. But they're all over the place, anywhere from $4 or $5 up to, I've sold some for $150. So it just, they're all over the place. And sometimes I'm looking at one and I'm like, oh, they ain't going to be worth nothing. And I look up and I was like, well, that's a $25 game. Okay. All right. I'm glad I did that. So yeah, the consoles, and again, even with consoles, you got to have a system to set them up. I would suggest getting one of these. Lonnie has one. Unless you want to buy a multiple plug-in thing. I found one of these on, Lonnie has one that he tests games with that use the AV cables. And some of the older systems, he plugs them in and he tests the games if you watched him. Well, I went on eBay and found this one for like $20, $22. And it comes with a remote and everything. And it works really good for the older systems that can use AV cables. The newer stuff that's HDMI, I would suggest buying a little adapter when you get multiple systems. And I have 2 TVs in here. But again, I don't test a lot of them because now I'm cleaning them. If it's a $5, $6, $8 game, I'm not going to test it. If it doesn't work, then they'll get their money back. But on higher end stuff, I'm going to check it out and make sure it works. And It's an investment, but remember, it's also a tax write-off. So make sure you put it in your Excel spreadsheet or however you keep up with your write-offs. If you go over 20 grand, you got to have some write-offs. Otherwise, eBay's going to send you a 1099 and you're going to have to report that stuff. So don't forget to write that stuff off. PS3s can be good games. I've sold JoJo's Big Bizarre Adventure. If you have that game, it's worth over $100, Amber. But I saw you in the bins, Amber, looking at the games the other day, and I was like, man, they had a lot of games. They were on a shelf. Our bins aren't set up on a shelf. Our bins are similar to what you went into, Amber, except that they're organized. Hello, Swamp Picker. Well, welcome. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? I know. I just decided to go live. I'm under 200 hours from 4,000, so I thought I'd grab them. And I'm also short on hours. I don't pay for StreamYard, and I got like 21 hours left till the 21st of the month to use free unless I start buying time. But anyway, Amber, our bins, when you walk in, there's appliances and like golf clubs and bigger items in those blue bins like you were digging in. And then there's some that are just shoes. And so those roll out and they rotate them every couple of hours. Then there's bins of nothing but books. And a lot of the Amazon resellers go over there. Hello, Mimi, how are you? And then there's bins of like sheets and pillowcases and blankets and things. And then there's tons of bins like that of just heaps of clothes, jeans, coats, T-shirts, dress shirts, coats. And then the good ones that everybody wants, like me, are the hard goods. They're on a roller system that they rotate about 100 totes that are chest high on a roller system. About every 2 hours, they rotate them. And those have the plush, DVDs, CDs, video games, pots and pans, glassware, silverware, you name it, toys. That's the ones that people dig for. And people look for money. They look for, everybody looks for their own things. Ball caps are in those. And they're 69 cents a pound for the hard goods, and the clothing's $1.59 a pound. So, but it's a very big warehouse, and usually there's about 40 or 50 people that show up, and they run for those bins every time they rotate them. A lot of people take them back to Mexico or Central America for family, or they sell at flea markets, or they resell like I do. And I used to do a lot of clothing. I don't do so much, but I haven't been to the bin since July. So because the sourcing's been so good during the summer, and we were charting out the community and estate sales that are going on near us starting in February, late February. So we're already scoping out a plot to hit all these communities outside of Oklahoma City to hit some of these places. And we have some very good yard sale things going on here. So, yeah, well, listen, we'll be on tomorrow night at 7, Angie and I on my channel. We're going to talk about kind of like eBay 101, starting from the beginning. So definitely do that tomorrow night. Yeah, they should rotate them every couple of, well, mine rotate them every couple of hours. And remember, the bins are places where Goodwills have had them, and they either didn't sell, or in some stores they're kind of lazy, so they just let stuff go through because they've got so much donated stuff. And that's where I found stuff like Lennox Jewel Collection. I actually found a real fur coat. I found a Prada purse. I found a really nice game used minor league hockey jersey that I sold for like $170. So there are treasures in those places. So they're not always stuff that Goodwill didn't sell. It's just stuff that people just let it go through their store down to the bins. And then once it leaves the bins, it goes to the dump. So anything you rescue is, is not going to the landfill. Yeah, and you're going to run into all kinds of things down at those bins. I talk to a lot of people out in public, and they're scared of them. and they're like, well, I don't know if I want to go in there. There's some really shady characters and stuff. They're just people trying to either clothe their families. I mean, I've seen women in there with their kids trying to find clothes for their kids, and it's a great place to do that. And I'm not against thrifting at thrift stores for my own clothes. I used to when I worked in sales. I would go get polos and jeans, or not jeans because we couldn't wear jeans, slacks and stuff. If I can find them in my size, I would buy them there. I'm not afraid to buy thrift store stuff. People have a fallacy about thrift stores thinking that they're just really bad stuff. And you're like, no, there's stuff that's brand new with tags in thrift stores. You just got to go look. I mean, you got to go. It's like shopping at a retail store, except it's cheaper. And some of it's new. And there's lots of things, as y'all know, that do this. There's lots of stuff that are in great shape at those places. Um, I'm not afraid to say I bought that at a thrift store and wore it. And especially when you find a T-shirt that's worth $100 and you sell it and you go, okay. I mean, somebody bought it. They don't know where it came from. They don't have to know. They're doing it because it's in good shape and it's a good thing to have and sell. Well, thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it, man. 16 people. Wow. Yeah, you can find great stuff. And the great thing is, I'm trying to fix my hat. Is the price the cost of goods is so low that you can take chances. My problem is I'll go in there and fill up my cart twice, and I drive. And if I'm not in my pickup truck, which my daughter actually has right now, I drive an Infiniti G37 coupe. So I will walk out of there and fill the front seat, the floorboard, and the trunk, and spend maybe $75. But the problem is, and that's how my death pile got so big, is I kept sourcing and sourcing, and I wasn't listing it as I brought it in the house. I was going because when you're grabbing this stuff, you kind of got to be quick and you got to grab it, put it in your basket. And what I've learned is I carry the IKEA bags and I put them in the basket and I throw hard goods in one and clothes in another because they're separate prices when they weigh them. And you got to be quick and you can't always research it while you're picking. And then when you get done and people have kind of scattered after the big rush, then you go, okay, now let me look through this and see what I want to keep and don't keep. And then I end up carrying it home for the price. And you got to sort through it. And then you got to do the research. And you go, I've got bags of toys that grandkids and nieces and nephews, when they come over, I'm just like, hey, you want these toys? Because they weren't worth anything. But I didn't pay nothing for them either. So, thank you, Dee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thrift stores, they've kind of learned what their stuff's worth. Goodwill in particular, they comp everything. And sometimes they get it right and sometimes they get it wrong. And their prices are way over or way under. And I've made great money, on some of the things. And then sometimes I'm like, you guys, this ain't worth what you're asking. But that doesn't mean they change it. They just, we comped it. That's what it's worth. Okay, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. You either buy it or you don't. But yeah, I mean, I prefer yard sales and estate sales and the bins to thrift stores. But in the winter, that's kind of what you got. And like I said, I haven't been to the bins because I still have a death pile that's huge in the garage that you saw in my video the other day. And right now I'm working through the video games because once I get those cleared, then I'm going to start working on the garage. I got a whole big tote of Hot Wheels and Matchbox. I've got, I mean, I got a ton of stuff that I really need to go through. Ball caps, hats, which I haven't listed a lot of ball caps lately. I just have so many, and they can be kind of a pain if you buy a bunch of them to find. And I do have them colorized in boxes and bins, but then you still got to dig through it to find that right hat. And some of these bins have 60 hats in them. So they're a little bit of a pain, but as you see, I do sell them. So you just got to, like I said, you got to have some kind of a system to keep it all. And I store all my stuff in my house. So Yeah, yeah, and I know yours are going to be a little bit later, Amber, because it's cold up there. We actually last year in January, I think it was January 4th, I went to a really good yard sale and found some Rock Revival men's jeans and stuff and sold a ton of it and made good money. And I think in February, I found one of the best yard sales I've ever been to, and actually went to two that day, and they were the two of the best I've ever been to in the same day. And I wished I would have stayed at one of them and bought a lot more. So, if the weather's nice, people are going to start having them, and we'll see. But yeah, I need to clear the death pile before I start bringing more in. And I am thinking about getting a shed this year. Oh, I know, Danny. It happens to the best of us, And what kills me worse is spending hours trying to find it and then not finding it. It just makes it so bad, because you're frustrated at yourself, and then you're frustrated because you got to contact the buyer, and then you're like, oh man, they're going to give me a negative or something or not be happy. And I apologize deeply when I do that, but it doesn't make it any easier because I really have true customer service in my heart, and then I can't find it, and I'm just like, man, I feel so bad. Um, oh wow. So yeah, people are having yard sales. I mean, they need money. They're gonna sell their stuff. That's awesome, D. I hope you found some good stuff. Um, I'm working on somebody that's got a Wii system and some games, and they've been in storage, and so I'm hoping some of them are valuable. But I keep getting the runaround on when they're going to get them out and let me know. And you made labels. You made labels for your bins and stuff, or your totes where you store it. Like I said, if y'all seen my tour, it's all in my house. Um, I am thinking about buying a shed. I almost did it last year at the end of the year for the tax write-off as well, but I decided to get a new computer and a GoPro and all that. So this year maybe I don't have a big warehouse like Danny does. Lucky you. Yeah. Yeah, and I did the same thing, Danny. I did the same thing. If I find it, I will contact you and I'll ship it for free. But the bad part is I haven't found them. I have done that before where I did find it later on, but usually that's well after the fact and they're not interested anymore. Um, so again, I'd pull out all the stops to try to find the stuff because, you know. Oh yeah, we have what they call big trash day here in Oklahoma City area, and once a month, the second I think it is Monday or Tuesday of the month, you could put anything out on the curb, and there are people that will drive around looking through everybody's piles to get that stuff, and I've actually picked stuff out of them too. So hey, Sandy, Alabama national champs. Um, but I've actually picked stuff out of them too, but I don't technically run around. A couple weekends ago, I was coming back into my neighborhood, and a guy was putting out some big speakers, stereo speakers. And I pulled up and rolled down my window and he said, oh, they work. We just don't want to have them in the house anymore. If you want them, you can test them. If not, you can bring them back and set them on my curb again. And I thought, for free, I'm grabbing them. So I grabbed them, but I haven't tested them yet. They're in my garage. I'm one of these people that has stereo equipment all over my house, like I do TVs. And I have vintage stereo equipment like Marantz from the 80s and Bose 901s and things like that. And they're worth a lot of money, but I'm not selling them. They're mine. So some of that stuff is worth quite a bit. So what else is going on in everybody's lives today? MML's here? Oh, he's sheltering in. Where you getting snow, MML? Southern Vintage Picker. He's talking to D. He throws out initials, and I'm like, what's he talking about? Sometimes with MML, you're like, what's he talking about? He did a good shout out of you, D. MML did. He's like that. He likes to share his channel and tell people. And MML, you're getting a few more subs. That's good. Just keep putting them out, man. Are you sheltering in because the weather's bad up there? Is it snowed up in Tennessee? I know this last week, Texas got all the snow, even down to Austin and San Antonio, which is rare. My brother said they got about 6 inches. I was like, better you than me. I'm sick of snow already. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, let me know when it releases, MML. I like watching MML's videos because you never know what you're going to get. And I love his warped sense of humor. So, Mercy subs don't count. They aren't Mercy subs. You're getting new people all the time. You're getting new people. And nothing Mercy about my sub to you. I promise you. I like watching your stuff. Hey, Swamp Picker, thanks for coming in, buddy. Stay out of that swamp. Them gators will get you. Yeah, I just last night I was watching the beginning of that game, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Blacklist. I'm not watching this. So tonight I'll be watching Blacklist again because I've already got most of my stuff done, unless I get a bunch more sales. Oh wow, only a full quarter-inch. Wow. Well, that's probably good in Dallas. You know, didn't probably want a lot of snow and people driving around. A few years ago, I was in meetings at UPS. We have our annual meeting every year in the Dallas area in mid cities, and we just started snowing. And I started coming home, and there were people wrecking everywhere on I-35 north out of Fort Worth, and I was like, man, you would think you just got to drive slow and stay off your brakes. That's how you drive in snow and ice. But not everybody pays attention to that. And that's how you end up with a bunch of wrecks. Sheltering in emoji. That's his emoji. Oh, yeah. See, the emoji ain't coming in. I just see sheltering in MML. I don't see an emoji. I had a cat in my video the other day. Didn't you see it at the end with the thumbs up? That was for you. Oh, I may have to try that too, Sandy. Thank you for that. I went from 1% to half my store to 4% to all my store except for the new stuff I'm listing because it's already up there. And I mean, if you're watching my videos lately, you see what my sales have been. Today they're not as strong. I've got 4 so far today, but it's over $100. But it's the day's young, so we'll see. If you're the way that works is if you have a store, you can do them all at one time. But if from what I understand, if you're not you don't have a store, you need to do them when you list them. So when you're listing it under the price, it'll say, do you want to promote it? And then you can promote it and you can pick the percentage and it'll have a recommended percentage. You can do that, or you can do it higher, or you can do it lower. Like I said, I used to just do 1%, but it didn't seem to help. So that's why I kind of thought, well, this ain't working. This ain't for me. But then when I heard old school Flips the other day talking about it and preaching it like it was the gospel, I tried it and immediately my sales took off. So you do have a store. Yeah, you can do them. Go into your marketing and promotions and promoted and do a promotion, and you can do all of them at one time and you can set it for whatever percentage you want to do. And sometimes when I see mine, it'll say, well, it was suggested at 3.5% and I've got it at 4. So, I mean, you got to look at how much, I mean, for you, a lot of the stuff I see you, Peg D, is low cost of goods. So if you've got it, I mean, it's only 4 cents on the dollar if it's 4%. So it's not a lot of money, but if it drives the sales and keeps your inventory rotating, that's the thing to do. So, oh, okay. Thank you, Man Mountain Link. The best part of my video, man. I take offense to that. Hey, Angie. Angie must be done counting numbers today. Yeah, some people don't. Karen was talking about trying to do it, and she doesn't have a store, and she has over 400 listings, but she's kind of cheap about that kind of stuff. So she's thinking about it, but if it happens, it happens. If not, she's going to do them individually. Some people don't believe in it, some people do, so it won't work for you, but I think it works. A week ago, I wouldn't have told you I believed in it, but now that I've seen it, it does work. And Angie, how's your 4% or whatever percent promoted listings working? And how are your sales doing well, Sandy? I mean, you changed it, but are your sales good, strong? He was not talking about you, Angie. Well, hey, Toilet Girl, welcome. How are you? Yeah, yeah, I agree, Angie. I think that's exactly right. That's why I think it's working. If it was stuff I was listing daily, um, because I've been pushing the listings. I've done 20 so far today, 30 yesterday. I see the older stuff popping up and selling, and that's what's really got me thinking about it. Sheila, thank you for coming in. I was thinking it was fake until I met this dude on Instagram called Mark Thacker. Give me a free iPhone 11. Excited. Okay. I do 4% on everything. Love it. Sales are great. Good. Yes, I'm doing fine. Hey, Eric, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I like I said, a week ago I wasn't a believer, and then when I heard Old School Flips doing it, I was like, yeah, I better check this out. And I tried it, and immediately my sales jumped. And I mean, I should have a ton of sales with the amount of listings I have, but I do price my stuff a little bit high, and then I always come down and adjust it and send offers. My fees have definitely, I've seen where I have a premium store, and it's $50 something a month, but I'm definitely seeing the fees part of it because of the promoted listing selling that they're starting to climb again a little bit. But that's okay because I want some of that older inventory to move, and some of that stuff I'm not going to rebuy. That's how you have to learn in this business. Not like Angie, where you get free pillows by the thousands and you're making buku bucks, right, Angie? And don't forget, everybody, tomorrow night at 7, Angie Resells and I will go live, and we're going to, if you know people that want to get into this, you don't want to take the time to teach them how to get into it, we're going to kind of start at the beginning and teach people how to become an eBay reseller with a lot of little things like the supplies you need, things where you should source, what you should be looking for. Not that we're an expert on everything, because that's whatever all of you are. We're all experts in something. Nana Tink, thank you very much, Nana, for all the support the other day. Larry and Victoria and Nana helped me a lot to get to that 600, and I deeply, deeply appreciate it. I really do. And thank you very much. Much love back, too. I'm not making fun. I'm saying you got them for free and you're making a ton of money off of them. I'm not making fun of you at all. If I had that option, now would have I made 2 trips? I don't know. I probably would have taken some just to test it because I don't have the room for all those, and yours are in your living room. But anyway, we're gonna do it, and we're just gonna take it from the beginning, answer questions, and kind of start from the beginning. Here's how you set up a store. Here's our eBay, and just whatever you want to know. And if you know people that want to get into it, again, we're not an expert on everything. I think that everybody in here has their own expertise when it comes to reselling. And I'm an eBay guy. Some of you sell on Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon, other things. I don't. I don't have. I mean, I'm old and I don't have the time to. I'm already busy enough doing it the way I do it, so I don't have the desire to do other platforms. eBay, I know in and out, so that's what I do. But y'all have your own expertise in different items that you know how to source and look for. and I learn constantly from you folks. So we're not an expert in everything, but we're going to give you our bit and our part of Angie's knowledge and my knowledge of doing it as long as we've done it. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. And so, yeah, I mean, wow, 22 sets out of 105, and it's all profit. Of course, you're doing free shipping, I think, so you've got a little bit of cost in there, but that's awesome, Angie. That's awesome. You just lick doorknobs. Hey, if it pays the bills, that's all you need to do, right? Yeah, I mean, for me, and I'll at 5280, that's what I do. I comp everything, and I'm shocked sometimes by the things that I find at the prices I find them, because I don't know everything. I learn as I go, and I know a lot about sports jerseys and things like that, helmets, and I know a lot about ball caps, but I have learned about Mary Kay makeup this year. I've learned about doll clothes. I've learned about a lot more about video games than I ever knew. I probably won't pick up a lot of video game systems because I just, it's so much time to set them up and test them and everything, especially like the Wii and all that. I'm just not a gamer, but yeah. And comping is everything. Pick it up. I mean, just like this golf club, I just sold a Callaway golf club. I just picked it up the other day at Goodwill for $5, and I've sold it for today for $68. And I just looked at it, looked it up, comped it. There's what it sells for. So, yeah, Nana Tink, and then, boy, y'all did a marathon this weekend. I watched a big chunk, and when I was listing Saturday and Sunday, I was running your videos too to help you. Yeah, and I picked up a bunch of stuff. That home hustler mom, I can't remember her name, out in Utah. I've learned a lot about clothes like Lululemon and things like that, and toys. Just watching other YouTubers. Wow, I didn't know that was valuable. Now I'm gonna be looking for that. 300 away. I am less than 200 hours away from 4,000, but I'm 400 and what is it? Or 300 and no, what am I? I can't even remember now. Yeah, I'm 398 subs away from 4,000, or I mean 1,000. So. Angie, you told me you're gonna run mine too. Do you have two TVs? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Run Nana's, get her up there. So you be monetized and getting that $6 a month there, Nana. And you know, that's the funny thing. Mine is just a goal to get to 1,000. It's just a goal. I know you're not going to make a lot of money on YouTube. I make my money on eBay and, of course, my UPS pension. But you're close to 1 million subs. Oh my goodness! I got to check out your channel. What are you doing that I'm not? Oh, you only need. That's a good one, amputee. That's a good one. That's funny. Filson Clothing, also big on eBay. I have never heard of Filson. Now you got me. There's another thing I've learned. That's what I'm talking about, folks. I learn from all of y'all because I don't know everything. And I like I said, I comp it. And some of the things that I watched Bolo Buddy. She does a lot of toys. Hey, Jennifer, thank you very much for coming in. Jennifer's everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I've been in. Oh, y'all don't want to hear me sing. And a lot of the toys, she has like double the listings I have in my store. And some of the toys that I pass on, now I won't be passing anymore because she sells a ton of toys. And I mean, none of them are big money, but wow, some of them are huge. Hey, Karen, the real estate must be over too today. So, Karen, did you get some stuff up on promoted listings today, like you said you were going to? Yeah, it's just a goal. I mean, because you know, I'm never going to be up there with Rally Roots or John Cincinnati Picker. But you know what? if I can help you a little bit and entertain you with Mr. JT and be monetized just so you can see ads on my channel, because that's what we all want to see is ads, then that's what my goal is. It's just to say I did something, I accomplished it, because I've almost given up YouTube several times, and it's not easy, but I enjoy it. That's what I want. That's why I do it. I enjoy it. So that's right. If you say you won't, then you won't. And attitude is everything in life. Good news show soon. Check it out. I'm just reading your comments here. I guess I need to be showing these. I'm sorry, folks. Here I am reading them, and y'all can see them. Jennifer Hayes, the helper of everybody. Oh, okay. Well, good. Trying it out. My sales actually, Karen, have not been great today. I've only got 4 so far, but one of them's a really good one. So hopefully they'll ding and ding and ding. I had, what did I have yesterday? 16. So 4%. I'm a believer now, and I'm not a monkey. Not for those of you who know the analogy of that. Hey, we're the monkeys. I'm a believer. Most people that are young now, when they hear I'm a believer, they think of Shrek, not the monkeys. But some of us remember the monkeys. I can't give wrenches on StreamYard. I don't know how to do that. I wished I knew how. Jennifer may be able to tell me. I could do it on YouTube, but I don't know how to do it on here. Karen, do you have a seller hub? I don't know if you do. I've not looked at your eBay store or your eBay listings. She has over 400 listings, so. Yeah, I knew you would know it, Nana. You're only in your 40s, unlike me. Retracted by brain. And you say I have no filter? Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm not a techie. Oh, okay. Let me do that real quick, y'all. Did it work, folks? Jennifer, did it work? I did open a second window. We're too busy to put anybody down. I don't think most of them are Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not the. I did. Sorry about that. I'm trying to give Jennifer a wrench because she's the expert on this thing, not me. I am back. I'm back. MML. Oh, ye of little faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Mm. Yeah, Jennifer is so great. I mean, she's in everybody's stream as the moderator, helping them. So, KJ, the man's in the house. I know he knows who the monkeys are. Davy Jones, Mickey Dolans. I'm trying to remember them all now. Yeah, I was like a little boy when they were a hit, kind of like the Beatles. I think I was like 5 or 6 when the Beatles. I was 5 when they made their first hits. Yeah. I want to hold your hand. And then they all kind of went on their own. Yeah, both of them did. I mean, I wasn't a big monkey fan like I am. Yeah, Peter Tork. There you go. I knew somebody would know. He was the tall, skinny one with the monkeys. I got a monkey in here. His name's JT. He's kind of like a monkey's uncle when I make my videos. But you're only 23 plus shipping and handling. Yep, our beloved Jennifer. She's everywhere, man. And Mike Nesmith. Okay, there you go. You didn't Google that one, I hope. I hope you knew that one. Everybody knows Davy Jones and Mickey Dolans, but the other ones are like, I can't remember their names. All right. I got a sale. Woo, let's hope it's big money. Big money. Thanks, Nana, for coming in and supporting us. I appreciate you. Yeah, hers doesn't look like mine, she says. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. I'm a music fanatic. I love that stuff. Led Zeppelin, the Stones, and David Bowie. You have to excuse me. You grew up in California. You know, when I was in the Navy in California, I was a huge Doobie Brothers fan. But I do like Zeppelin. I do like the Stones. Not a big Bowie fan, but I did like the other two. But I loved Doobies. When I think California, I think of the Beach Boys, the Doobie Brothers, Boz Scaggs, and people like that. Yeah, no kidding, MML. I've never tried to eat a Rubik's Cube either. I can't even operate one. You know them all? Well, good. I'm glad. That's cha-ching. Yeah, I got to look at it now. Y'all going to make me look at it. Thanks again, Nana. They had to come back in the 80s. Let's see what I sold. Probably a video game. I bet, well, kind of like Lonnie's makeup. They're probably getting tired of watching me sell video games. But that's what I'm listing. Nope. It is a Barbie 50th anniversary puzzle. How about that? How many of you have Barbie puzzles in your inventory? Yeah, Nesmith. Yeah. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. I really do. More than anything, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I need those more than I need hours. Although I think I'm 21 hours. I looked at it before I went into here, and I'm 21 hours from having to wait. I got to wait till the 21st to recycle because I'm not paying for the StreamYard at this point. So I've got to do Angie's live tomorrow night, so I need to save some hours there too. But I won't use 21 hours or 12 hours between now and then. Although most of mine seem to go 2 and 3. I've already got it. Hey, what's up there, Mr. Kittenville up in Owasso? Yeah, I've got a bunch of puzzles. That's something else I probably won't pick up a lot. They're great for when people are locked down, but if I do, they're going to be They're going to be sealed. I don't know if I'll pick up the used ones. People will send me a message and go, "Hey, do you guarantee these are all there?" I'm like, I'm not counting a 1,000-piece puzzle, folks. Not for $10. I'm just not doing it. And it went gray. That was the Aliens MML. That wasn't. But they're not coming to your house because you have a bunch of cats, and aliens don't like cats, I hear. So, for those of you who don't know Kittenville, he's in Owasso, Oklahoma, and he has a YouTube, but I don't think you make a lot of videos, do you? But he does Lego stuff. Yeah, I thought that was Romy and Michelle's reunion movie that invented Whiteout. For those of you that remember that, my kids used to love that movie. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. So I don't know if he's kidding or if he's serious. Just got back from the office, listed a locomotive and tender. Now I'm getting ready to fix breakfast for dinner. Oh, I love breakfast for dinner. Is it like fried eggs and biscuits and gravy and bacon and toast, or biscuits or toast, whatever? I'll be there. You need to have it ready in the next 2.5 hours because that's what it takes me to get up there from where I'm at. Hey, y'all, let's all, if you're near Tulsa, go to Kentonville's house for breakfast for dinner. Sometimes I love breakfast for dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. I may even have biscuits and gravy for dinner now that you mentioned that. Aliens love cats. Aliens are cats. Supernatural predator. That's probably true. D-flipping particles, is that one you're familiar with there, Mr. Kittenville? Fried eggs, pancake, sausage. Man, you just kind of went the other way for me. I like fried eggs, but I'd rather have biscuits and gravy and bacon. And Mama's got a squeeze box. Mama's got a squeeze box she wears on her chest. Like I said, I know a lot of songs. I'm old. Breakfast for dinner rules. Yeah. Sometimes it's the thing that hits the spot. I don't eat a lot of breakfast. I have coffee in the morning and 1 cup and that's it. And I don't eat breakfast, but yeah, man, sometimes I just like, man, I want breakfast for dinner. Nothing wrong with that. And Daddy never sleeps at night. Don't. Those were good roller skating songs. For those of you that don't know me, I spent a lot, and I mean every weekend from the time I was 12 or 13, even when I was in the military, I roller skated a lot. And so, love roller skating. Sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Yep. Flour gravy. Yeah. Oh, okay. Man, Jennifer, you know a lot of people. You know a lot of people. Angie. KJ, you still letting my videos run? I'm almost at 200 hours. I mean, 4,000 hours. I'm less than 200 away. Thank you, Jennifer. I always thank Jennifer when she throws my link up in the channels because that's just a nice thing to do. Yeah, I was a roller skating fool. I love roller skating. I even took them on my ship when I was in the Navy, and we'd go overseas or somewhere, and I'd just skate out in public. There were several of us that did it. We didn't care. And no, they weren't the old metal roller skates there, MML. I know where you're going next. But they were the 4-wheel sets of precision skates, not rollerblades. Yeah, and that's exactly what I did. I mean, I was under 18. But I skated even when I was older than that. So I just enjoyed roller skating and dancing to the music. That's what helped me become a decent dancer in the discos, was roller skating and bouncing all over the place. And I definitely love the discos. Angie Resells has a channel? Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, she does. She's had some good sales too lately. Yeah, I never have either. I didn't know that. I was just joking because of Michelle and Romy and Michelle and Romy's high school reunion in that movie. They said they invented it. No, we never skated. You can't skate on the deck of a ship because there's non-skid surface. You would tear the wheels up on your roller skates. No, you couldn't do that. Plus the ship, some of them are kind of rocking and rolling. There's my buddy Julian. What's up there, buddy? What's up in PA? Julian just put out a video where he sold 3 video games for $200. You need to check that out. That was some good stuff. Good stuff. And then Julian also discussed in one of his recent videos, I guess he had some flooding issues with his sewage in his house and lost a bunch of his inventory. Man, that's bad news. Is any of that covered, Julian, by your insurance? Would that be covered? I don't know if that would. I mean, it's your stuff, so I guess it would be, wouldn't it, on your homeowner's insurance? Julian in the house. All right, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Everybody in the room on the porch now. There you go. Is it dark there yet? Yeah. Hey, whatever you get. And they were Nintendo DS or 3DS, weren't they, Julian? I think the most I've ever sold a video game for was Dokapon on Wii, and I got 149 disc only. And then I also sold one 149. It was an Xbox 360 NCAA 14. That was the last year they made it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. And I do have some of those too myself. I still got a bunch of Sega Genesis in the case that I have not sold, and I need to get those listed. I need to start selling this stuff instead of just sitting on it because it's classic. I want to look up Amputee Adventures and see if I don't think I'm subscribed, but I'm going to be if. Oh, can't you look? I was looking you up on eBay. Can't look you up on eBay. You don't have a channel on eBay. Amputee Adventure, I just subscribed to your channel. Uh-oh. Man Mount Link discovered Lissa's in the house. Took him long enough. I'll fast forward. That's all right. Hey, Joe Dills, welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'm giving away an Inaman golf head cover tomorrow night that was donated by Kevin, Commonwealth Flipper, and the homeschool kids, hustler kids. Yeah, there is. That's what you do. And then flip over and make sure you look at the solds because sometimes there's a big disparity on what the game is listed for and what it's selling for. So definitely make sure you're looking at sold comps, not listed comps. So, I mean, some of the ones of the 600 I have that I've been working through 20 to 30 at a time, I'm amazed by some of the ones that I wouldn't think would be good titles. Black Ops 2, that Call of Duty, I did not realize that was worth. Most of those military games aren't worth much, but they are. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's a good one. I mean, I just never know. I mean, when I found the Dokapon and the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure this summer, I sold them. I found them in the same day at 2 different yard sales. One was 110 disc only, or disc and case, no manual. And the other was disc only. And I mean, I just did not realize for what they were worth till I comped them at home. I'll buy any video game for $2. Feed a turtle some cheese. Yeah, I'm gonna check out Joe Deals real quick while I'm in here. I just subscribed to Amputee Adventures, and now I'm going to look at Joe Deals. And Joe Deals, I'm your 11th subscriber. I just subscribed to your channel. It wouldn't be covered even though it was he owned the property. Atari collection. Oh wow. That's okay, man. You got to start somewhere there, Joe. I don't know if y'all know the story. Last summer, when I go to yard sales, if I don't see video games, I always ask. And I was at one, and I asked the lady. She had some really good stuff, some putters and a bunch of model kits with. Thank you, Dee. We all help each other. Thanks, Jennifer, for doing this. I appreciate you. Anyway, I asked her and she said, well, I don't have any current stuff. I've got some old stuff. And I thought, okay, I'm good. What do you got? And I'm pulling them out because it's right near me. She had a Sega Genesis. She had 2 GameCube games and 16 of these in the box or the hard plastic case. I said, well, how much do you want for all of it? And she said, $50. And I went, where did you get them? And she goes, they were mine. And nobody played them. So I just recently comped them, and they're worth about $500, all of them together. The Genesis system isn't worth that much. It's the games that are worth money. So, hey, what's up, Johnny? What's up there? Thanks for coming in, Johnny, and supporting me. I appreciate you. Y'all check out Mr. Cajun. We got Miss Jennifer in here moderating and helping us. And I appreciate her so much. If y'all hadn't checked out Mr. Johnny, he's trying to get to 1,000 subs too. So help him out. Help Julian. Help Dee. Everybody in the channel, please subscribe to each other. If you're not, I've already subscribed to 2 people in the channel today that I've never seen before. So thank you. And please check out the videos too to make them stick from the Hoarders TV show. I thought most of your stuff was in a shed there, MML. Yes, check out D. Glad the turtle's going to be okay. There you go. Yeah, I don't know how she does it fast. She's more techie than I am. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what Mr. Julian has, but yeah, I was tickled when she said I got these. Like I said, most of these aren't in paper cases like this, but they're in the hard plastic cases, and they have the manuals and everything in them. She took care of her stuff. I wished everybody that kept her stuff took care of it like she did. But $50 all day long. I hate to sell this stuff. That's the problem with me, is I get something that's vintage like this, and I'm like, man, how often do you come across that stuff? I just don't want to get rid of it, but I need to. I need to make the money and not hoard it. It's not like I'm playing it anyway. And I appreciate it, Johnny. I really do. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, Mario, Pokemon, Zelda. Those are the best GameCube games. And then, but it's always the odd stuff too, like that Dokapon. Anything anime themed is good video game stuff to be looking for. Dokapon, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What I found out about it was one is a U.S. version and one's a Japanese, and I got lucky and had the Japanese. That's what made it so valuable. The American for PS3 wasn't that valuable. Yeah, GameCube games are good too. Very good. And I love finding them. I actually have a GameCube system that has the flip up monitor. And normally when you see them for sale, they're not with the monitor. The monitor is worth more than the GameCube system. Animal hoarding Bobby. I only have 2 dogs. I don't have a lot of animals. Most RPG. What's RPG, Eric? I'm not sure what that is. Hey, we're a small community and we try to help each other. That's why I'm trying to watch more and more of the smaller channels than all the big channels. I learn from them, and I still watch a bunch of them, but I want to help the smaller channels and learn from y'all too. Y'all, just because you have a YouTube and it doesn't have a lot of subscribers or viewers doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. Some people just started a channel, and some people know a lot. Johnny knows a ton of stuff, and so we learn from each other. It just doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. And you do have a lot of valuable jewelry too, but I'm not giving out your address because I don't know it. Role-playing games. Okay. I was like, man, RPG. The only RPG I know shoots out of a gun. But yeah, I was tickled over that Sega. I always look for 64s and things like that too. And the other day, I found a ton of Japanese games. They're Famicom. Do you know about those, Eric? I bought 16 of them at Goodwill for $43. They wanted several $100s. They don't look like they're super valuable, but it's a Japanese system. And they're Famicom games, and they're all in Japanese, and there's Final Fantasy and Galaga and some other stuff in there. But I bought them all, and I've got them listed on an auction that ends tomorrow. And I haven't got any bids on them, and I'm starting them around $15 a piece. But they are definitely 80s, like the original Nintendo, but they're called Famicom. And so if you know something about those, let me know. I'm just curious. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got a son-in-law that plays a lot of that stuff. 2 dogs, a cat, a bunny, and a turtle. Man, my my middle daughter has 3 cats, 5 dogs, and a pig living in the house, and has a doggy door. And the pig uses the doggy door as much, if not more, than the dogs. Crazy, and it's a nice home too. I'm just always like, people think, you got a pig living in your house? Yeah. Just like I said, just because you have a smaller channel doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. All right, let me know when it uploads, MML, and I'll definitely be there. I'll try to be the first, as I always am. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, how come the games don't seem to be as valuable? Because the system doesn't even look like it's. I've got if you go to my store, and watch one of my videos, my links in it for my store. I've got 16 of them on auction that end tomorrow, so you might want to bid on them. And most of them, I think I started at like $15. So I don't know if there's any valuable ones in there or not. I just kind of ran them on an auction, but I don't like starting auctions at 99 cents. Yeah, me too. Me too, Johnny. I know you do, and you love to shout them out on your thing. So I appreciate that. Especially when you're doing mine. Thank you, Heart Warrior Mama. I appreciate that. Now, if I can get to 700, that's where I'm headed, because the hours will be there soon. I'm like Johnny, not enough subs, but I got a ton of hours. Although I don't have near as many as Johnny. He's got like 9,000. So, yeah, I'll have to look for those too. Yeah, and I do have a GameCube system, but I don't have it listed. I've got it to test the games. But I got to look on controllers. I may have some. I have a GameCube, and I've got a bunch of GameCube 360s and Wii's that I haven't even messed with yet. The consoles. But again, I'm not a huge gamer, so I just haven't got to them. Okay, there you go. Check out Johnny. He makes a video every morning, live breakfast one, along with Victoria and them. A little bit later than Victoria's. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. All right. There you go, folks. Help Johnny out. Check him out. Buy his stuff. Yeah. I mean, GameCubes, you can find them. I mean, they're not that valuable in themselves. Buying them online or whatever. Like I said, I got lucky. I got mine from a guy, and I don't want to say what I think he was, but he was desperate for money. Let's just put it that way. And I think it was for a reason. He had a ton of Zelda and Mario games, and they were disc only in a case, and they were real heavy smoke smelling. And he sold me the GameCube with the flip monitor and a bunch of games, like 18 games for $60 on Facebook. And I sold the games and made a ton of money, but I still got the GameCube, and I just don't want to get rid of it because yeah. So y'all check out Johnny. If you're not subbed to Johnny, please do so. Cajun Roots Reseller. And look at those watch hours. Man, you talk about some hours. I'm about to hit 4,000, but I got six. Last I checked, I got 602 subs. So I'm behind you, Johnny. You make some good videos too. Well, there she is. Hope you don't mind me doing that, Heidi. That's kind of your trademark with me. I love doing that. List. And hey, I've been listening to you, Heidi. I've been listening, and 20 to 30 a day. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the other day one of them has his stuff in his living room. So if you're hurting for room, you got to put it somewhere, right? I feel like I got a sneeze. Better get a Kleenex just in case. I had a flu shot yesterday. So let me ask you a question, Heidi. Have you been listing? Have you been following your own medicine? Oops. I don't know what the oops was for there, Jennifer. Did I say something? Or somebody else? 2 a day for me, big improvement. Do you have promoted listings? Do you have a store, Heidi, or do you just list and sell? Yeah, exactly. And that's my problem. I love the sourcing part of this whole adventure more than I do everything else. And so I've got to learn this year to list it when I bring it back in the house because I don't want a death pile. Oh wow, okay. I have a premium store too. And so are you doing the promoted listings? You love to waste his money. But isn't it your money, like our money, kind of thing? I mean, if you're making money, then it's our money. Well, I got plenty. I got plenty. Do you have a bins near you, D? A Goodwill bins? I know you got plenty of thrift stores. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know. Well, did you sell it? Do you get a contract going on it or what? I mean, inquiring minds want to know, Karen. No, because I can list. I list really pretty fast. I listed 30 yesterday in a couple of hours, but I had to clean the disc too, so it took me a little longer. I was listing video games, so no, I can list pretty quick on my phone. My problem is my eBay. I don't know if anybody else has been having this problem, but my eBay app has been glitching, and I've killed it a couple of times, and it's not that. It's the research and the inventory and that kind of stuff is what takes time. And because I'm so far behind on going through that stuff, that's the other problem. Okay. I mean, Heidi, I don't know if you've been watching my videos, but my sales have gone through the roof since I added everything in my store at 4% promoted listings. It has just taken off. I mean, I had 16 yesterday. So, oh, you're on a self-imposed lockdown. Okay. Hey, you got to be safe. You got to be safe. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree 100%, Jennifer. So there you go. Hopefully you get it. The house market is tough. I can honestly confirm that you don't deserve it. A trophy wife. She sells in Oklahoma. She lives in Oklahoma. Yep. Look who's here. Emily Conway. Welcome into my channel, and I mucho appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Now to get to 700 and 800 and 900 and so on. I'm like I was telling them earlier, I'm less than 200 hours from 4,000, but I'm a long way from the subs. So one day, maybe I'll be up there with you guys, making that $6 a month. Like I said, eBay is where I make my money, not YouTube. I just enjoy doing it. Yeah. Well, Lonnie's got Candace now helping him, so that's a big help for him. I mean, I get help, but not listing. I do my own listing and shipping and all that. Unless it's fragile, then Karen will help me with that. But she helps me more with my inventory, and believe me, it's saved me because I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have that. Yeah, $6. Yeah, I'm not doing it for the money because the money's not there. Not like Rally Roots or Harry Tornado or Lonnie or John or any of them, but I um, I just enjoy entertaining with the puppet, of course, and I learn and enjoy conversing with folks and showing what I found. Here's what I found. You can find it too, and make money at it. And I know a lot of you probably hear this a lot when you're out in public. I'm a social butterfly, so I talk to everybody. I sing and dance in the stores, and probably Emily does a lot of that too because she's like that on TikTok. Um, I People will always say, "Well, I want to do it, but I don't know. I wouldn't know what to source, or you know what you think I do." We all learn, and we learn from each other because none of us are experts on everything, but we do know certain things really well, and so that's what you do, and you comp it. You got to look it up and see what it's selling for or what it's sold for, and that's how you learn. So thank you, Eric. One day. Thanks. Appreciate you for coming in, Laura. I appreciate the support. But yeah, and I love making people laugh. I hope they laugh with JT, although I try to keep it kid friendly and make the jokes a little corny. But we do that, and he picks on me a lot. And but I've got his number with the aliens and the gorillas, so the gorilla mask. So yeah, we have fun and trying to be different than other people that are doing it. not just here's what I sold, and nothing wrong with that, but I just want to be different. So, but I'm not the editor or the videographer that a lot of the people that do these on a bigger scale are. Or creative like Emily. Emily's so creative with her. I mean, some of the stuff you come up with, I'm like, man, she's got a creative mind. So, yep, you're always going to make mistakes. Not only in buying and selling, but everything else. I mean, sometimes in my videos, I'm like, man, I wasn't even in the frame properly on that one. Yep, and sell-through rate. Yep, analytics. You got to look at analytics not only on YouTube, but on eBay as well. So, thank you, Jennifer, again. Yeah, Jennifer is like the kindest person in the world on YouTube. She just helps everybody, every channel. Yeah, his personality is something else. Sometimes I try to keep him down a little bit, but that don't work for him. Hey, I only state facts, Emily. I don't say it to be nice. I just say it because it's a fact. I mean, I want to be nice, but it's a fact. If y'all hadn't seen Emily, and I know a lot of people aren't on TikTok, but she does a lot of good stuff on there, and you can actually play music on TikTok, but you only get a minute. That's the difference. You had to bring the dogs out. I know mine's in here sniffling and snoring. They want to go out too, but mine are so spoiled. They think every time they go out, they get a treat. So I'll open the door to let them out. They won't go do their business. They just turn around and look at me and then run back in and go, okay, where's my treat? So thank you. I appreciate that, Julian. I really do. I really do. You need to make more. You need more videos. I would like to watch more of yours as well. I love watching yours, but I always are like, when's he gonna put out a video? When's he gonna put out a video? And as the more people that I interact with, the more I'm trying to watch. Thanks, Eric. It's hard because you're so busy doing listing and sourcing and then and I don't spend hours like a lot of guys do doing videos or women. I do my little clips from the hip, and that's how you see the mistakes in mine. Because thank you, Emily, I appreciate that. I really do. You see the mistakes in mine, and that's fine with me because that is me just being me. And I'm not here to edit a video for 8 hours. I don't have that kind of time. And so I just put it out, and it is what it is. And yeah. MML loves to catch my mistakes. So, but that's okay. Yeah, check Emily out. She's got quite a following on TikTok, and it's getting bigger. I've noticed there's more and more resellers. I do put out the beginning of my TikTok, the JT's intro, but you only get 1 minute. But Emily's are just really creative in how she's dancing and coming up with themes, and it's worth watching. I promise you. Thank you. I think the most I've ever had in a chat with me or with me and Angie Resells. And don't forget, me and Angie Resells are going to go live tomorrow night at 7. And if somebody wants to join us, they're more than welcome. We brought in East Kentucky Picker last week, and she brought in Back Road Bidder Chuck the other night. So if anybody wants to join us, just let us know. But treasure piles, opportunity piles. Yeah. So thank you. And I hope you're still letting it run. I'm close to the hours. I'm being selfish now. Yeah, I got a new computer. I bought a new HP Pavilion. I was going to get a shed, and the person that was going to do it for the right price backed out and moved. So I decided to invest in a GoPro 8 and a computer. And so I got a new HP Pavilion, and it's like $1,500, but it's a write-off. So hey, it is what it is. So I've got a webcam on it, and yeah, it's doing a lot better. I love this computer. So, and the old one I had was an HP too. It was just I gave it to my youngest daughter. My grandson he's actually physically in school here, but for a little while they made him work from home and they didn't have a good computer, so I didn't sell it. I just gave it to them. That's what you do. Yeah. And I do. I tell you, everything I buy, where I got it, what I made off of it, I have no problem with that. People tell me locally, the people at the bins get a little upset at me because I'm telling them about the bins all the time. I'm telling y'all about them. I'm like, there's only probably 3 people that watch me that live in Oklahoma. So it's not like they're down there destroying what you're getting. Um, you know, it is what it is. There's plenty of stuff for everybody to pick in this world. There's so much stuff that people throw away and dispose of that has value, and we're just keeping it. That's the way I look at it. First of all, eBay is about memories to me, or reselling. You're bringing memories into people's stuff. There's a sale, and it's also we're recycling. We're giving it new life. I mean, one of the great stories last year was thank you. I appreciate that, Liz. I do. I know Karen does, and KJ's done it a little bit too. We were in Corn, Oklahoma. It's a little town west of me, about 500 people, and they were having a community yard sale. We almost didn't go because it's like an hour and a half away. And they said, well, it's a big one. So we went, and it looked like they were filming a movie in that town. 500 people. There must have been 500 people running around in the town that day. And one of the first ones we went to, there was kind of an estate/garage sale. And this lady had drug out all this stuff out of her attic from the 70s. And it was Barbie doll houses in their original boxes. Now, they were a little deteriorated and stuff, but I sold the Barbie doll house. I paid like $7, and I sold it to a lady in California for like 90. And she sent me a sweet message, and it just said, I've been looking for this for years. I had one of these when I was a little girl, and then she's going to pass it down to one of her grandkids or something. And this thing had been sitting in an attic for, 40, 50 years, and it got a new life. And that is what makes part of reselling, to me, so much fun, because you're letting somebody else enjoy it rather than collecting dust in a closet or whatever. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. In the disco club. Yeah, you're right. And I agree with you there, Johnny. I did that too. And I was like trying to figure out lighting and all that. So, no, Lissa does not make videos. I'll answer that. I'm sorry, Lissa, you can answer that. But secret fishing spots in Oklahoma, I don't go fishing much. In Oklahoma, they do a lot of noodling. If people don't know what noodling is, they catch catfish with their hands, and they get bit sometimes. Thank you. It's a new computer and the new webcam. Thank you, Emily. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate the support. I really do. And there's Mr. Chuck. I'm waiting for his next video. It's supposed to be a shout out, I hear. Me too. Yeah, Chuck's been going to a lot of people's videos too. I've been seeing. There you go. Amber's back. I used to live in New York, Eric. I lived in Rensselaer, which is near Albany, across the Hudson from Albany. Then I lived in Oswego on Lake Ontario, up there for a couple of years. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. I can't say enough thank yous to you, Jennifer, for all you do. I think this is the first time you've been a moderator in my channel. I appreciate that. Now I feel honored. Noodling can make you go blind. That's not, I don't know what kind of noodling that was, but this is going into the water and going under the water in open holes and rocks and things, and grabbing catfish by the mouth of the gill if you can get them. And a lot of times you can get bit pretty good, because if it's a 50-pound catfish, it's going to clamp onto you pretty good. And It's a big thing. They have a noodling festival here in a town called Purcell. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, do you? Yeah, I lived up there for a couple of years, and then the company I worked for went under, so I came back down this way. I was kind of like a fish out of water, no pun intended, up there, being from Texas. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is. You're saving stuff from the scrapyard. You're saving stuff that people have just been sitting on in their house for years and not done anything with. And I mean, a lot of things that we played with as kids, like cowboys and Indians, and played outside a lot. You don't see it. I used to go in the comic books, and they used to have these little figures, cowboys, Indians, Revolutionary, Civil War soldiers that you could order in the magazine. And I had a ton of them, and they're very hard to find nowadays. But I had a few years ago, I found some and I bought them. They're still new in the package, but kids don't play with that stuff anymore. So maybe when I get into my second childhood in my 80s or something, I'll play with them again. I understand that happens when you get my age. So there you go. Jennifer, as always, helping every channel. Make sure everybody subscribes to each other, please, and watch at least a video. Maybe you'll get hooked, but at least make the sub stick because they need some view to stick. Mr. Julian, support me, and Mr. Chuck. What did I sell this time? Oh, I sold aren't we out of hunting season? I'm not a hunter, but Field and Stream hunting jacket. So the sales are starting to ding again. Run them sales. I always like to keep up with my chat. Some channels I watch, they get to conversing, they don't keep up with the chat. I like to make sure, I know you can see each other's chat, but I like to make sure it's posted up here. So I kind of go through them to make sure everybody's seeing what everybody's saying. I hope y'all like that. I'm just trying to help everybody out, not just my own channel. Yeah. I'm just trying to be different, you know. I mean, Tom Hanks talked to a soccer ball when he was on that island, Castaway, and was sad when it went off in the ocean somewhere. I wonder where that thing is now. It's probably in somebody's house. They sold it as a movie prop. They sold it for big bucks because it was in that movie. I guess I could go out and cut a hole in it and put a bunch of sticks in the top of it and put my blood print on the front of it and sell it as Tom Hanks official volleyball, or it was a volleyball. It wasn't a soccer ball. Or was it a soccer ball? All right, somebody, was it a volleyball or a soccer ball? I can't remember. Thanks again for everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Chuck, you got another subscriber. You need to come on my channel more often. You're just picking up them subscribers. Of course, Chuck's been in a lot of channels. I've been noticing you in a lot of channels lately. And that's how you grow it. You got to get in there and meet people and get them to come watch your channel. And had a good time last week with you on Angie Resale's channel and East Kentucky Picker. Mike's a good guy. Didn't know him before. No. Nobody's videos are like that, Jennifer. I don't know, when you have time, you seem to be in everybody else's videos. Do you sell a lot of stuff, Jennifer? I mean, do you have pretty good sales? That's all right. Just set you up a spot in your house, a little room or whatever. Don't have to be a big room, and start it out. I just click on them as they pop up. That's how I did it. Because if some people, that's why I don't do a lot of listing and other things, because I'm distracted and I want to pay attention to what you people are saying. You're here for a reason, not to watch me list. We all know how to list. And again, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. What you do is yours. But yeah, y'all please make sure you subscribe to Jennifer. She is so kind to do all the things she does for not just my channel, but everybody's channels. So make sure we show her some love. But yeah, I don't want to be listing while I'm doing this. And again, I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. Some people can multitask like that. I want to be focused on what's going on here and paying attention. So I may show you things while I'm doing it, but I'm trying to keep up with the chat. And I don't have like Harry Tornado where there's 400 people in the room at one time. I don't even know how he would be able to keep up with that. I don't think he can. But whatever works for you, it's your channel. You do it the way you see fit. Kind of like eBay reselling. I mean, Angie and I are doing a lot of videos together now, and I know that we don't source the same stuff and we don't see everything the same. She's definitely a better editor and videographer and things than I am. She knows her way around the tech a lot better than I do. And what we source is different, but again, it's all about learning from each other, and none of us are experts on everything. And our channel is going to be teaching new people how to do this, but that doesn't mean, oh, see, and I've never sold on Etsy, so I don't know anything about, I mean, I know one thing I saw that was selling good on Etsy, and I tried it, and it was so time consuming, I quit. People were taking old VHS tapes, and they were taking all the tape out, and they were buying the little rope lights, string lights from Hobby Lobby, and they were selling them. They were putting labels on them and selling them as night lights. And a lot of them were the old horror movie types, and I made 2 of them. But the problem was it was taking hours to get the tape out of those things. So I quit doing them, but I have a bunch of the material still. I'll have to show you one of those. From New York. Hey, Eric's in New York too. 1987 Ventures. Where are you from in New York? I used to live up there for a couple of years. Yeah, Jennifer, drop your link again, please. Bye, Frugal. Cook the man. I guess you're cooking some dinner, huh? Everybody's cooking dinner. I ain't even had dinner yet. What am I going to have? Probably biscuits and gravy. How about that? I may have some breakfast for dinner too. Oh, you're in the Catskills. Okay. Well, Mr. Julian's in the Poconos. 3-Gen Hustle. And Eric, I believe, aren't you in the Hudson Valley somewhere? If I remember right. I lived in across the Hudson from Albany when I lived there back in the late 80s, early 90s, and then I lived up on Lake Ontario for 6 months. Little too harsh winter up there for me. Not in Albany, but in Lake Ontario. Y'all make sure you subscribe to Jennifer and everybody else in the video as well, or in the chat as well. Oh, Eric's your bud. Okay, so you know Eric. Okay, well, good. I knew y'all, but y'all must not live far apart, because I know the Catskills and the Pocono, I mean, the Hudson Valley aren't far apart. So, up there by Woodstock. I'm looking for 1987 Jen. Do you have a video, YouTube channel? 1987 Ventures? Because if you do, I'll subscribe. I just want to make sure I am subscribed, because that's what we do on the Cap Guy Show. Yeah, I guess you don't have a channel. Yeah, and you know, that's one of the fallacies of my channel. I do have about 500 listed, but I have 3,600 items in my store, so I don't do a lot of them. I would say the best hat, some of the best hats are some of the hiking hats that I've sold. But I look for the 3-striped ag hats and tobacco hats, any of that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of what my highest dollar hat was. I mean, probably not more than about $75 on a ball cap. Some of them will go $300. Kodiak tobacco on a 3-stripe old vintage K Products or Louisville manufacturing cap can go $300. So, but I sell a lot of caps because I get them, a lot of them at the Goodwill bins for 18 cents a piece. So I do well with like Ralph Lauren polos with leather straps, the dry fit Nike running caps, any of the sun hiking hats with the bigger bills. I do really well with those. Any of the the vintage 3-stripe or the snapback trucker hats. So, okay. Well, I was looking because if you had one, I was going to subscribe to it. What was that? EC2. Welcome to the channel. And yeah, based on weight. Yeah, 18 cents is based on weight. That's correct at the bins. Yeah, I don't do a lot of hiking now. No. I'm also older. Oh, now we got some trolls in here. Yeah, tobacco caps. I mean, like Red Man, Kodiak tobacco. I mean, I've never found a Kodiak in when I've sourced. I do have a Red Man, or I did, and yeah, I think we did, Lissa. So yeah, I think my highest was 65 or so. But when you're paying $2 or $3 or less, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I probably have 500 in my store, and I probably have another 100 in my uh in my yeah, I see it. I'll quit highlighting their stuff. Yep, I must be pretty big. Now I got to comment on that too. That's all right. Now I ain't worried about it. Some people have nothing else to do because they have no life. So yeah, I'm not. Ski-Doo bombardier cat for 50 cents and sold. Oh wow, that's good. Yeah, I mean, and I've sold them with the foam. Some of the older snapbacks have the foam deteriorated in them. I've sold those for big money with the foam. Now I usually will take the foam out of them. I'll scrape it out and clean them. But thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. I could have went over to YouTube and done all that, but I was like, yeah, who knows how many of these goobers are in here. I'm blocking them too as I go. Some people have nothing else to do. So what else going on anyway for y'all? Has everybody listed a bunch today? Oh, what was that? You have the Ski-Doo gloves too? Hmm. I don't know what those are. That's something I learned just now. Yeah, I don't know about that, Listen, but hey, I appreciate it. I'm not that well known. Thank you. I appreciate it. I went out and blocked a bunch of them too. You may have already got to them before I did, but I I did it. Hey, I'll be right back, folks. I'm gonna run and let these guys out there dying to go out. All right, I'm back. Had to go let them out before they did their business in my house. When they come and whine, yeah, we need to start a game show, whack-a-mole. So, yeah. Well, I'm not known yet. Doubt I'll ever be. Oh, that's something I never did. I lived up there for 2 years. I never went snowmobile riding. I wished I had. They used to say in some of those places up by Lake Ontario, there were people on snowmobiles. There were bars out there that you can only access by snowmobiles. Like, man, I would love to go ride a snowmobile out to a bar and find a bar to hang out. Nobody else could get to unless you had a snowmobile. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever had trolls in my. You get the messages sometimes in your comments on your YouTube channel. I get some of those stupid online things. Not as many as I was getting because I just delete them. But that's the first time I've ever had a group of trolls, and there was about 5 of them in here. So, wow. Guess they're making the circuit, troll circuit. First time for everything. I wonder if they do that Rally Roots channel. There you go, Jennifer, another one. Old Forge. Have y'all got a bunch of snow this winter? Because I think we've got your snow. I know Ohio hasn't got a ton, and I live in Oklahoma, and we've already had 19 inches of snow this year. We usually don't get 2 inches of snow a year, and we've already had one major ice storm, which is crazy. I'm looking to make sure I'm subscribed to a couple people real quick, just to do the right thing. Yes, I am. Okay. I'm just making sure everybody that's come in that I'm subscribed to them too. And yeah, we had the second worst ice storm in October, and I've still got a pile of tree limbs in my front yard that is probably 40 foot wide and about 8 foot tall, because I have a bunch of trees. And yeah, not good. And they still haven't picked them up. Oh, hey, thanks, Julian, for being here, man. I really appreciate your support. Good luck, man. Get that thing on the charger. And I'm going to cut it short here in a couple of minutes. I've been on here 2 hours. And again, I'm going to be live tomorrow night with Angie Resales on this channel. And we're going to talk about eBay. And then I'm going to give away the Inaman golf head cover that Kevin Commonwealth Flipper Picker donated generously, and the Homeschool Hustler kids. And for being at 600 subscribers, when I get to 1,000, I'm going to give away a $100 gift card to your choice of place, whoever wins it, excluding prison commissaries for you, MML. And there you go. Yeah, they're not. I hate them. I hate them. And so make sure you're subscribed and enter the word Inaman in this video or any of the previous videos from Sunday up till tomorrow morning. And we will draw tomorrow night. Angie will help me with that because I'm not good at all that stuff. And there you go. So make sure you do it, but make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. And the winner, I'll get that out to them wherever they're at. Oh, good, good. You want that top rated so your fees are a little bit better. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I'll make a video in the morning on what sold, my normal video, and then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time, Angie and I both are on Central Time. That's when we'll start it, and we'll give away the video, the Inaman golf head cover. Good luck to everybody, and again, make sure you between Sunday and tomorrow morning's video, including this one, I'll figure out everybody that entered Inaman, and we'll figure it out. Yes, yes. Thank you, Angie. Me and Angie are rotating every other week, Wednesday or Thursday. She'll do a video, I'll do a video, and we're going to try to teach people that are new to this what we know about eBay, which isn't everything, but we can definitely help new resellers. Yes, yes. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific time. And 4 in Hawaii. So everybody, thanks again for coming. I appreciate all the support. And Jennifer, thanks for moderating. I appreciate you. I really do. And y'all have a good night. And I'm going to find some dinner and watch Blacklist and pull some shipping. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. And yours are too. Thanks for letting my videos run. All of you that do that. Bye-bye. Thanks, folks. I'm going to go ahead and end it.